was painted in soft morning gold as little Ivafeyza. With her fluffy pink jacket and light pink hijab fastened with a golden brooch, walked down the winding village path. Her pink sneakers barely made a sound on the dew-soaked ground. As she chased a fluttering butterfly, she found herself standing at the edge of a forest she had never seen before. Tall trees swayed as if nodding in welcome, and a whispering breeze danced around her cheeks, carrying scents of wildflowers and moss. The entrance to the forest shimmered with a mysterious light, as if waiting just for her. With wide eyes and a brave little heart, Ivafeyza stepped into the forest, her footsteps soft on the mossy earth. As she wandered deeper, her gaze was drawn to a towering tree unlike any other. Its bark was etched with glowing golden symbols that pulsed gently, like a heartbeat. The tree stood silent but full of life, ancient, wise, and full of secrets. When she touched the bark, it hummed warmly beneath her hand, and for a moment, she felt like the entire forest sighed in relief. Suddenly, the wind stirred, not harsh, but melodious. It circled Ivafeyza in a spiral of leaves and soft chimes, tugging at her hand like a playful friend. From beneath the fallen leaves, a glowing path of golden dust appeared, stretching ahead like a bridge of music. As she stepped forward, small orbs of light rose into the air, casting gentle sparkles that led the way. She knew, deep down, this was no ordinary trail. It was a whistling wind path, meant only for those with pure hearts. The path led her to the edge of a cliff where a bridge awaited, a magnificent span made of luminous leaves and woven light. It shimmered in hues of green, gold, and soft pink, each leaf glowing like a lantern. Ivafeyza paused, her small fingers gripping her jacket. The drop below was endless, yet the bridge called to her. She stepped forward, heart pounding, and with each footfall, the bridge brightened, like it believed in her more with every step. Halfway across, the light thickened into a mist, and from within it emerged a glowing figure, the forest spirit, tall, kind-eyed, and wrapped in layers of flowing leaves, hovered before her. Its voice echoed like wind chimes on a breeze. Ivafeyza, it said, you are brave, and you are kind. The forest has waited for someone like you. We are in need of your light. Ivafeyza's eyes widened, her small voice whispering, me? The spirit only smiled. The spirit led her to a clearing where a creature made of cracked bark and thorny vines lay curled, whimpering in pain. Ivafeyza approached slowly. Instead of fear, she felt sadness. She knelt beside it, removing her nameplate and placing it gently against its bark. A golden light spread from the nameplate, healing the creature's twisted form. The vines softened, and eyes filled with gratitude blinked open. The forest rustled with joy, as if a song had just begun. Past ancient stones and through a curtain of water, Ivafeyza found a tree taller than the sky. Its leaves glittered like stardust. This was a tree of memories, its trunk pulsed with glowing echoes of the past. When Ivafeyza pressed her hand against it, images burst forth, children laughing, elders dancing, a time when the forest and the village lived in harmony. Her heart tightened. She understood now. The world had forgotten how to listen to the forest's voice. handed her a single golden leaf, which fluttered into her palm and guided her to a hidden cavern below. Crystals shimmered in the walls, casting rainbows across her face. In the center, a beating heart of golden vines floated weak and dim. Ivafeyza cradled it with her tiny hands and began to sing a lullaby her grandmother once whispered to her in the night. Slowly, the heart pulsed brighter, its light steadying, the room warming like the dawn. The golden leaf in her hand glowed fiercely, and a wind unlike any before swept into the cavern. It lifted Ivafeyza gently into the air, twirling her through glowing vines and twinkling petals. She soared upward, her laughter like music, until she landed softly on the whistling wind path once more. The forest shimmered, grateful, as if exhaling peace. At the edge of the forest, the spirit appeared again, more radiant than ever. In its hand was a single silver leaf, shining like a promise. "Keep this close," it said, "for when the world forgets again, your heart will remind it." Ivafeyza bowed deeply, her nameplate catching the morning sun. The spirit vanished, leaving behind only birdsong and a heart filled with wonder. Ivafeyza stepped forward as a golden firefly circled around her, leading her to what seemed like thin air. But then, a shimmering path began to appear floating, glowing stones suspended above a deep ravine, each one lighting up as she bravely took a step. The forest seemed to hold its breath. One misstep could mean a fall into the misty abyss below, but she pressed on, guided by trust and the silent encouragement of the whispering trees. As she reached the midpoint of the path, the air shimmered and twisted, forming a tall figure made entirely of vines and moss, the guardian of the bridge. It did not speak, but its glowing eyes peered into her very heart. Without fear, Ivafeyza bowed politely, her little hands joined in greeting. The guardian bowed back, slowly dissolving into a flurry of green petals, allowing her passage to continue. Beyond the bridge, Ivafeyza found a hidden village nestled under a canopy of silver-leaved trees. The huts were made of woven vines and sparkling bark, and little creatures no taller than her hand emerged from the bushes. They wore cloaks of flower petals and spoke in musical whispers, voices that echoed like distant wind chimes. They danced around her, gifting her a necklace made of dewdrops and moon threads, whispering, "She is a chosen one." At the heart of the village stood the elder tree, ancient, towering, and glowing from within. Its bark shimmered with forgotten runes, and its roots pulsed gently like a heartbeat. Ivafeyza stepped forward and placed her palm against the trunk. The tree sighed, a warm gust of wind encircling her. Images filled her mind, the forest long ago, the fading magic, and a lost artifact that must be restored. The elder tree trusted her. Her journey continued deeper into the forest, where she reached the Valley of Crying Stones. Giant rocks wept clear streams of water that shimmered with memories. Each drop held a vision. Children laughing, birds once soaring. But now silence reigned. Ivafeyza knelt and whispered a promise into the pool beneath the stones. "I will restore your joy." And as she spoke, The tears turned from sorrowful gray to radiant silver. In a clearing surrounded by mushrooms the size of barrels, she found a circle of echoes. Voices of old protectors and wanderers resonated in the wind. As Ivafeyza stood in the center, the voices swirled around her, guiding, encouraging, revealing a hidden path lit only by moonlight. A song formed in her heart, not of fear, but of belonging. Just as she was gaining confidence, a terrifying growl shattered the calm. Emerging from the shadows was a beast, tall, shadowy, with hollow eyes that sucked in all light. It was born of forgotten pain, feeding on fear. Ivafeyza trembled, but remembered the gift of the moonlight song. She sang softly. The melody touched the creature's heart, revealing its hidden sorrow. As her lullaby filled the forest, the beast fell to its knees and vanished like fog in morning sun. Shaken but undeterred, she finally reached the ancient glade, where time seemed to pause. A small orb hovered in the center, the heart of the forest. Now faint and flickering, she took a deep breath, pulled out the necklace of moon threads, and whispered into the orb, "You are not alone." A blinding warmth exploded outward, painting the entire forest in golden light. The whispers turned into laughter, and the leaves shimmered once more. All around her, life returned. Trees straightened their spines, flowers unfurled their sleepy petals, and creatures great and small peeked out from their hiding. The forest had been healed not by might, but by a small girl's unshakable kindness. Birds circled above in joy, and the wind carried the tune of her song far and wide. The village creatures returned, bowing and singing her praises. Even the elder trees swayed in gratitude. The whispering winds encircled Ivafeyza and began to lift her gently from the glade. She waved goodbye, her eyes glistening with tears not of sorrow, but of hope and pride. A path of soft light opened in the trees once again, guiding her home. As the first light of dawn filtered through the tall trees, the forest stirred with a gentle hum. Ivafeyza stepped softly across the mossy floor, the golden compass now resting quietly against her chest. The whispering forest, once silent and secretive, had begun to sing a melody of life renewed. The trees stretched higher, the breeze danced between the leaves, and small creatures peeked out, blinking curiously at the girl who had restored their harmony. Ivafeyza smiled. The forest, at last, had remembered its own heartbeat. From behind a flowering bush, a young deer emerged, its eyes glowing with gentle curiosity. It approached Ivafeyza, nose twitching, and nudged her hand. She giggled and stroked its soft fur, sensing no fear, only trust. Around her, birds began to sing in unison, and the golden butterflies returned, circling joyfully in the air. Ivafeyza had not only repaired the heart of the forest, she had become part of it. In her kindness and courage, she'd been accepted as one of its own. The ancient tree, once closed and silent, began to glow again. Vines curled away, and a swirling golden portal reopened, pulsing with light. Ivafeyza turned to the forest, giving one final bow. The deer bowed back. The whispering forest would never forget the little girl in the pink jacket. the one who listened. With a brave heart and hopeful eyes, she stepped through the portal once more, carrying the memory of magic with her. Ivafeyza blinked at the sunlight warming her face. She was back on the cobblestone path, her village just ahead. Everything felt brighter, livelier, as if the world itself had been touched by the forest's joy. Villagers waved from afar, their smiles wide with wonder. A gentle breeze carried the faintest sound of whispering leaves, like a secret only Ivafeyza could hear. She looked at the golden compass, now resting quietly in her pocket. Her journey was over, but something had changed within her. That night, Ivafeyza stood beneath the stars, looking toward the distant treetops. She closed her eyes, and the forest whispered her name. Somewhere deep within its heart, the giant tree glowed once more, a soft, golden pulse keeping time, and in the quiet that followed, a story began to grow about a little girl with a kind heart who restored the voice of an ancient land. Because sometimes even the smallest voices are the ones that awaken the world.